Hello gang, hello friends, hello gang friends, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this video finds you well. Are you well? I hope you're well. If you're new, hello, my nails are a bit of a mess. My name's Jo and I do nail stuff. She does stuff, nail stuff, and the stuff she does with nails is done with nail stuff and stuff for nails, yeah. Today we are going to be using Perfect Black and the strip, and we're going to be doing a Valentine set. I'm also going to be using, I'm going to use the application brush for some ombres here. I know, a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial? That's a bit much. But I'm going to be using that for ombre. So we're going to start with half a red nail and half a black nail. Sorry, I've had several passion fruit martinis and a few Baileys. And then I take it, they were both wet, and then I'm taking the Madame Glam application brush and just doing a few swipes down the center. I'm then going to work backwards, but make sure if you do that, then switch the brush, turn it around, because the colours will be on the opposite sides. And then I'm curing that, and I put the second coat of red and black on, and then again I'm just blending just a few strokes with this brush. I find does the job. Sorry if I sound a bit nasally. I noticed earlier that it was 5 o'clock and it wasn't dark yet, and I thought, oh, summer might be coming, and my brain was like, what'd you say? And then it was like, oh, summer, okay, let's give you a stuffy nose, and then a tingle in your left nostril. It goes all the way up to your left eye and then up to the centre of your brain. So now I'm all a bit bunged up and twitchy and brrr, you know. So I've done 2 coats of that ombre, just doing a few strokes with the application brush to get the blend. And then I've done them in opposite directions on half of the nail. And done the same again, just blended them with that brush. And then I'm using the same brush, which I'll wet a lint wipe with some isopropyl alcohol and wipe my brush on that. So you don't want it soaking wet, because the polish will sort of bleed and you won't get a crisp line, but you want it wet enough to carve out a French from it. I do have a video. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. Oh no. Sorry. I do have a video for that whole trend with the French and this for that. So I'll put a link to that in the description, and I'll put a little thingy on screen as well. So I cured that. I only did 1 coat of the tip area. And if you're a bit afraid of trying that whole trend, don't be. Because I was a bit sort of like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. And it's so quick and so easy. Just a couple of strokes to blend the colours together. Swipe away. Job's a good one. So give it a try if you've been avoiding it. So I cured the tip area, and then I've added some base coat, and I'm going to tap on some red glitter onto... I'm sort of fading the red glitter from the most red side of the red to where it starts to blend into the black. That's it. So I'm just faffing about with a cuticle stick, because I don't want any of the red bits of glitter to be on the black, but I don't want them to be in the whole part of the red. I want them to fade as the red fades into the black. So we put that into wet base coat and cure, and then we're going to top, and then we're going to buffaroo. I've just been watching, and I've already seen it before, the series on Netflix called Behind the Curve. No offense if you're a flat earther. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so funny. I love it. It's amazing how just stop it. I'm sure I'll start talking about that again in a bit. But They did an experiment and it didn't work. Anyway, right. I'm doing the nail bed area. His mum was like, they were like, do you believe the earth is flat? And she was like, I need some kind of proof that it's not. This fucking is proof, you fucking idiot. So I've drawn out where a French would be, but on the opposite way. So I'm not filling below it, I'm filling the nail bed area. And we're going to fill that in with black. You can turn a client's hand upside down and then tilt their fingers back towards them, and you can work upside down on their hand for mapping out Frenches and things. And I was getting a bit thrown. I was getting a bit thrown by the blue tag on the pop. So instead of doing 2 coats of black and then 2 coats of red, I wanted to do the red after doing the first coat of black, because I feel like I'd hide the blue tack underneath because it was messing with my mind and the smile line. So getting the red on, I could then use the second coat of black to neaten out the smile line and even it out so it's as symmetrical as possible on each side. It's sometimes a lot easier to do that sort of thing when you've filled in the area that's going to be filled in. And then I've wiped and buffed only because I'll be able to see what I'm doing better. Sometimes when a nail is shiny, especially with black, it's hard to see what you're putting on top because it's just like so shiny and in the sense that the light line or just the light off it kind of, I don't know. I just find it easier to see what I'm doing if it's buffed. So that's why I've done that. And I added some base coat around the smile line. And then I'm thinking of all the hilarious things I've just heard watching this documentary. It's the second time I've watched it. I just felt like watching a comedy. So I thought I'd watch a documentary about flat earthers. I've added some base coat around the smile line and then just dragged it down a bit. And now I'm taking some glitter, the same glitter. Did we talk about the glitter just now? I think we did. And I'm going around the smile line and then fading it down. I end up adding crystals to this and I kind of wish I hadn't because I lose most of what I'm doing right now. But we'll cure that using a cuticle stick. Did I then? I don't know, wasn't looking. To get everything where you want it and then cure it in place. So that base coat we put the glitter into was wet. And then we'll top it and then we'll Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then we'll put it aside because we're going to add some bling at some point. Didn't really know what I was going to do with it at this point. And then I've done a whole nail in the red, the strip it's called, and I've cured it and then I've put some base coat down. Only do 1 coat of the colour because we're going to cover it in glitter anyway. So I cured that, put some base coat down, didn't cure it, and now I'm just slathering it in the glitter, and then I'll use a cuticle stick just to kind of try and get it as flat as possible. When you're working with gel polish, if you're encapsulating, it's fine because any sticky uppy bits, pokey uppy bits are going to be encapsulated in a big chunk of Build-A-Gel or acrylic or polygel or whatever. But with gel polish, you want everything to be as flat as possible. So we did that and then cured. And now we're going to top and cure and buff. I also have a video on ways to apply glitter, be it chunky, medium, fine, or burnish. I'll put a little card for that on screen as well. So we've put that to the side because we might do something with it. No, we'll top it. We'll have some top coat porn at the end of the video. And then I've done 2 coats of an ombre on this nail, curing each coat. And now I'm going to, similar to the French that we just did with the ombre majig trend that was in a while ago, but we're going to do a heart. So I'm going to get some on the middle I don't cure it, and then I'm taking the same application brush, which is Madame Glam, as are the polishes. You can get 30% off at Madame Glam using this code and the link in the description, and Makartt and Vettsy, who are doing a giveaway with me soon, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. And Model Ones and Born Pretty stores, so always check the description for discount codes. And then again, I'm really getting a lint-free wipe quite wet with isopropyl alcohol and rubbing this brush on it so that it's wet but it's not dripping. And I'm using that wet brush to carve out the shape of a heart, and then just going in and trying to neaten it up as much as possible. I'm really struggling not to just think about the documentary that I've just watched. It's so fucking ridiculous. No offence if you're a flat earther. You do you, hun. But are you kidding me? They did an experiment. And they were like, this will prove the earth is flat. And then they were like, oh, it didn't work. And I can't help but think, is it not kind of like slapping him in the face? I'm cleaning up around the heart here, and then we're going to cure. Is it not slapping them in the face? Oh no, we're not going to cure yet. I wanted the red a bit redder, because obviously it has black underneath from the colours we put on before. So I'm just going to put some red on, and then manually, the whole thing is fucking manual. There's no machine here, but use a brush just to kind of blend those together. And then we're going to put some base coat onto the red sections and add some more glitter and fade it towards the black again. And then we will cure, top, buff. I love how I'm trying to get the nail stuff out the way so I can just ramble a bunch of fucking nonsense. But yeah, is it not kind of really clear to them that people who are clever enough to send fucking rockets into space and look at the Earth, right? Why haven't any flat earthers done that to prove, and I'm using the biggest air quotes you could ever imagine, to prove their theory that the Earth is flat? I know why. I know the answer to this, because no one clever enough to build something to send you into outer space believes that the Earth is flat. Oh, I just can't. There's so many things they can't explain. It makes me laugh, and it makes me a little bit sad. So we'll put that aside. What's that noise? We've topped and buffed that one. And now I've done a nail with full perfect black, and I'm using the Makartt. That perfect black is Madame Glam. Fudging amazing black, and they're perfect. All their colours I love, but the perfect black and white, so black and so white. And now I'm using the Makartt Blossom or Blooming Gel, but don't cure it yet, because the Blooming Gel, I mean, you could get this effect using base coat, but I think Blooming Gel is maybe just a bit more, helps it a bit more, because it's kind of, formulated to do so. So we haven't cured it, and we're going to do a dot in the middle and then a kind of U around it, and then just do lots of V-shaped U's. Is that a thing? A V-shaped U going around each bit, but I didn't want to do a U on going around half the middle dot and then the top U, the other U going around the middle dot perfectly underneath each other. I want the kind of third one to be centered around the join of the two we did around the first dot. You don't want it to be too symmetrical, because that's going to be a rose. So we're going to, and then you can let it sit for a bit if you want, but it kind of works quite quickly. So I just popped it in the lamp and then cured it. And then I'm going to put some base coat on and add the glitter just to the outside or the top of each petal. And then we'll cure, top, buff. yeah, the rose. People who draw the roses and they do just a little kind of line here and a line here and it looks like an amazing rose. And I thought, I can't do that. I'm not a flowery kind of girl. But I decided this was going to be a one attempt nail. And if it didn't work, I was going to do something else. So yeah, the first it is a V around the dot in the middle. But the other V, you don't want the ends of the V to meet the ends of the V that you've just done. You want it to go a bit outside that one so that everything looks like it's kind of overlapping like petals. Yes. How is everybody? You okay? I appreciate all the roses in the comments from the last video. If you know, you know. I really do appreciate your comments so much, and I do read them all. What are we doing now? I don't know. This was the other day. We've added some of the Makartt gem. I think it's called Rhinestone Glue, but it's a gel that does need curing. And we're adding some little red, tingly fucking nose. It's like my nose tingles, then my eyeball tingles, and then my brain tingles. It's just not pleasant at all. We're adding the Makartt gem gel, and then these crystals, blingy bits, are from Vettsy, and they are you can't really see it very well, but the one in the middle is a heart, and then I'm going to put some just round ones around the heart, and then some caviar beads just in between where crystals join. I put some caviar beads in between, just so it kind of frames it a bit, gives it a bit of a jewellery vibe. And now we're just going to top everything and not try to think about the fact that in this documentary, someone's just said to the person, have any scientists joined your group? And the man says, no. He said, have any scientists ever come out as being flat earthers? And he said, no. Why don't they realise there's a reason behind that? They're like, I need proof the earth is a fucking globe. We've given you fucking proof. If you're going to put this theory out to everybody, give us proof that it's flat. Why haven't you done that? Because there fucking isn't any. Can you imagine just a flat disc flying around in space? If you put a square piece of glass in the sea, which is very different to the vacuum of space, I'm aware, but eventually it's going to become like a round Just stop it. Fucking stop it. I really want... There's like a GoFundMe, I think, for sending a flat earther into space so they can see. But I don't think they would go, because I think deep down, deep down, that they're just trying to get attention. This main guy, Mark, whatever his name is, he's clearly a fucking narcissist. He just wants attention, and this seems to be a way to get it. I want attention. I don't care if it makes me look like a fucking idiot. Anyway, sure, he's a lovely guy. This is the final set. I hope you like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you being here so much. I need to take some of my inhaler. Damn my brain, tricking itself into thinking it was allergy season. Come back soon. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.